Hello, and welcome to another walkthrough from Wonks. Today, we are going to talk about structured data. So structured data is a way of standardizing a code on your website that bots can easily understand what exactly your website, a particular page is about. So it's really useful, especially in this era where the AI is taking over, when Google bots or AI bots or from any other platform actually are going to crawl your website to understand what exactly is on it. So they can also go through your HTML of the page, where all the code of the pages, but also they can look at the structured data if you have that available on your website. So you can actually make it easier for them to understand what exactly that you want them to pick, what exactly that you want them to convey to the end user. So for example, when you make a search on an AI bot or an AI chat option like Chat GPT, you say, what are the most popular restaurants in Auckland? You will get a list of five most popular restaurants. So what it basically does, it actually looks at all other websites which are referencing to those restaurants in a very easy to understand way so that it can rank them easily on its platform. So today we are going to talk about what exactly is a structured data and what are the different type of structured data that you should be implementing on your website. Okay, so before we start, and I'll share my screen, I will add in what are the different type of structured data. So a very simple one will be an organization data. So when we talk about structured data, we actually call them schema. So schema is a website that actually has basically a rule book of like what a structured data should look like, what the codes are required, what the elements and the variables are required. So for you to declare them, and it's a very standardized approach. Nearly all websites follow the same approach of implementing them so that the bots can understand them throughout any website that they go to. Doesn't matter it's a Magento platform, a Shopify platform, or a WordPress web platform. All of them actually use the same rules or structure to implement that structured data on the website. So one of the important ones is your organization schema. So if I actually share my screen with you now, so as you can see, when you do any structured data testing, you can actually just Google structured data testing tool and you will come across a website called schema markup testing tool, or you can go to schema markup validator. So if I go to the schema markup validator, you will see it will ask you to enter the name of the website, the URL itself, and do a run test. When you run a test, it will typically actually show you what that schema detected, what exactly is the structured data implemented on that particular page. So it can actually vary from page to page. So you will see in this particular example, I've taken the website for Noe Leeming, and on their website, they have a structured data implemented for organization. So if I see here, I can click on this one, and they're basically saying, this is a website about an organization which has a logo for this one, and the URL is that. They also have a structured data for website. If I click on that one, in here, they are actually putting it as a search string option. So sometimes you may have noticed when you are Googling a particular brand, a search option shows up on the search engine straight away against their brand. So that's how it actually gets picked up as well. So that's organization schema for you. If I go to the next one, I have taken an example from PB Tech. A breadcrumb list, that's another one that's really important. So a breadcrumb list is basically how your website silos are created. Silo is like a category. So you like main categories, subcategories, and the products under it. So for example, you could be having a product which is an audio system, but it can be under the category of audios, and it can be a category of whatever else. So you need to declare that in a breadcrumb list for Google bots or any other bots to understand that this particular product sits under this hierarchy on my website, and that's where it should be ranking at. Yeah. And another one that is in here is also for a product, because I'm on one of the product pages for them for PB Tech right now. And you could say a product there. So what I see in here, they are actually basically declaring the name of the product, the images that they can pick, the SKU code, the GTIN number, the actual price of the product, the currency which is it in. It is being sold by PB Tech, and you could see it is a new condition in stock product on this URL and price. And they actually also have a price valid option as well when it's price valid until. So it's a very easy way instead of like the AI bots to follow through the complete page, which could be very different for a lot of different websites. But because the schema codes remain constant, it can actually rank it really easily. So another one of the schema codes is called a local business. So if you are a plumber or electrician or a heat pump installer, or actually one of the stores that you have across the country, you have multiple stores. So you can actually mention on your location or the store pages that you are a local business. So in this particular case, I'm using a company called Wallace Cotton for their store location page for Cambridge. In here, you would see they have mentioned they have a local business called Wallace Cotton, and this is the logo and this is the URL, but that's a local business for that website. So there are very different ways that you can implement it. I will also show you, or there are a lot of different, I would say, variables and elements. That is very standardized approach. Most companies don't use all of them. You can only use the compulsory one, the mandatory ones, but you don't have to use all at the same time because it does require a bit of effort from your web developer, from your developing team to implement them. But we can talk about that one. So the next one that I've actually put that in here is for a videos. So if you have a video on the website, that can actually also be put that into a schema for you. So for example, this is for our website, webwonks.com, and you would see we have a lot of video objects on that page, and that's where we have declared them. The name of that video is about, do you need help to set up your GFO? And this is the link to the thumbnail. This is the link to the actual video itself. There is another video, how do projects work at Webwonks, the thumbnail URL, and the embed URL. So it's just making it easier. When an AI bot comes to the website, it automatically picks up those videos and rank them easily. So you can make an AI search and hopefully you will be able to say, do you need help with setup GFO? Webwonks should show up with a video link in it as well. So that's how it should pick up those things. The next one that I have as an example in here is about blog posting. So this could be actually any article on your website as well. So what that means is if you have a blog on a website, you're basically providing free information, you are explaining something to the end user, you can actually make it easier for the bots to understand what exactly the blog is about. So in here, I'm using an example from a client called Cosmic, who is embracing hemp's versatility. They have a blog post on their website on that URL. And in this way, you would say when it was published, what was the description of it? If there is an image on that one, what's the headline of that blog post? So basically, it picks up very easily for that end user or the AI bot to understand what the blog post is about. The next one that I have in here is about the frequently asked questions page. And I think that's a very important page. A lot of our clients, a lot of the businesses out there actually miss out on. And that's what we emphasize on getting an FAQ page, schema, or structured data done in a very easy way. So for example, this is again for the client Cosmic, and they have an FAQ page. What you will see here, if you go to the FAQ schema, you will see it is actually telling you that there's a question about, can I change my address after my order has been placed? And the answer has been put that in here as well. Then again, another next question, then the answer for that one. Then again, the next question, then the answer. So it's a very easy way for the bots to understand what exactly is the question and what exactly is an answer for that. So if somebody is searching for an AI chat GPT platform, can I change my order on Cosmic once it has been placed? It will automatically pick up that answer and give you that answer straight away. So making it a lot more easier and relevant for the end user to use that chat functionality, and also making it more relevant for them to show the relevant answer for them. So yeah, So as we were discussing, there are a few type of schemas that I think most all of our clients should be using, or most of the businesses should be using. A few of them would be organization schema, the breadcrumb schema, the product schema, the articles or the blogs, the local businesses, the FAQs, the videos, and also you can use something called a review schema. So for example, if you have a product that you have received a few reviews for, you can actually add that into a structured data on your website as well. So when somebody's searching for that product, it can also display a review stars or a review rating next to it, making it easier for Google bots or AI bots to understand how relevant the product is, and making it easier for them to portray that into their functionality to reflect that as well. Yeah. So I hope you found this useful. There are a lot of different ways that how you can implement it. Sometimes it's done within the CMS, your website backend itself, like Shopify will have that functionality, WordPress has that functionality. So a lot of CMS do have that. Sometimes you can do that in Google Tag Manager as well. Google Tag Manager is a very secondary approach. We don't typically recommend that. We would like to take the CMS approach, but that's a last case scenario if it doesn't work. So you can always use a Google Tag Manager to implement the schema as well. But yeah, if you have any questions and if you have any concerns regarding how the structured data has been implemented on your website, we would suggest use the structured data testing tool to test different pages of your website: product page, store page, main home page, any page that has a video as well, or a blog page. Just see if any of the structured data is being detected and has been recorded in one of the testing tools. If it doesn't, then you do not have a structured data, and that needs to be worked on. And if you do, and if you see there are some errors into it, or there are some notifications, we can help you with resolving those as well. Yeah, I hope you found this useful. So let us know and get in touch with one of our team members, and we'll be able to help you. Cheers. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye.